as Donald Trump takes the stage tonight to provide a joint address. Now, I thought this was a joint session or a State of the Union address, but it's not technically a State of the Union. It's a joint address. Why there's a difference there? Not quite sure. We'll have to look into it, but some D.C. politicos pointing that one out to me today. And then tomorrow, Mayor Mike Johnston is before Congress to answer for his sanctuary city policies. This is the House Oversight Committee, and Lauren Boebert sits on that committee. So Lauren Boebert versus Mikey Johnston in the Battle Royale. You're not going to want to miss. That takes place tomorrow, and we are live in Washington, D.C. to cover it all, including the State of the Union, or the joint address, tonight. The joint address will be brought to you on 710 KNUS. We're going to provide a little commentary before as well as after the address, and some major Colorado politicos like Heidi Ganahl are going to be swinging by to tell us what they thought. So if you want to join us, that's all at 710knus.com. We'll be on the YouTube, X, Rumbles, all those videos tonight. The address begins at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, so we'll go live about 6:30 with some commentary that will then carry over, and we'll carry the speech live right then. And then afterwards, for about an hour, we'll provide some commentary and analysis. So everything you need right here. No other news station in Colorado going to provide this in-depth analysis, or even necessarily be in the room when Mayor Mike Johnston is testifying tomorrow. So this is the station you want to be a part of. Got a lot of stuff to cover today. Breaking news coming in yesterday regarding Tina Peters and the Trump Justice Department starting to weigh in on her case. What are they saying? What can they do? Can the president pardon her? All of that we'll discuss here this hour. Then some updates coming from Highlands Ranch and the main event shooting. Douglas County Sheriff releasing the video, the badge cam video yesterday. We're going to actually play the audio from this video. It's pretty wild. Want to get your take on this. Do you think that this was a justified shooting? We'll provide comment as well from Sheriff Darren Weekly in that video, so you're not going to want to miss that. We'll talk about Mayor Mike Johnston's preparation for his testimony here, and then get you ready for Trump's joint congressional address coming later tonight. Good morning, Bill. How are you?
Hey, morning. Good. How are you?
Well, it's been a wild trip because I got out right before this. I have this crazy video on X where it's like sunny on one side, and then you can see the big storm coming. Now, from my understanding, you guys just got wet.
Yeah, wet where we are at the station. Yeah, so far where the station is, it's just very, very windy and wet. No accumulation, no snow where we are. Don't know what it's like, around the rest of the metro area, because I didn't have to commute around the rest of the metro area, and I haven't looked at the at the weather across there. So I don't know. I don't know what everybody else got.
The Billy C470, E470.
Yeah, it was just
city,
wet.
Right?
Yeah, it was just wet this morning. So it was nice.
Yeah, out in Elizabeth, where we live, they definitely got hammered. So I was watching.
Oh, really?
We got some little cams around the ranch, and we even brought the horses in and all that stuff. So it's cold and snowy, and I'm looking at some snowdrifts now. Gosh, it's got to be probably at least a foot or so.
Really? Yeah, so there is nothing where we are in Aurora.
We're
right near
Divide.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because we're near Parker Road 225. Nothing. I mean, it's just wet and very, very, very windy. Very windy. That's it.
No school cancellation. So it looks like they got, at least on our end, my kids, no school cancellation.
My kids were very, very upset with that. Some were planning on it. Some were totally planning on it, but no, they didn't get that lucky.
Have your kids ever done the little superstitious stuff?
When they were little, flushing ice down the toilet,
and
exactly.
Flushing ice down the toilet.
Yeah, they did that. It's fun when you were a kid. Yeah, but not anymore. They're a little too old for that one. They kind of know how the thing goes right now. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we were hoping there was going to be some sort of a delay, but no. So I even got up early this morning, assuming that I was going to have to shovel some snow before coming out here. But no, it was kind of nice. The dog was super excited to have more alone time. She was like, "Oh, good, we're going to hang for a little while longer." That was kind of cool. Yeah.
I love it. So lots to cover today. Stick with us. Let's start with Blake Olson and the news.
Blake Olson.
Blake Olson, news and comment.
All right, thanks a lot, Jeff and Billy. Glad you made it out there, Jeff, to D.C. 36 and a little wet and cloudy in the Denver area. Feels like 23 in Denver. Looks like most of the snow south of town. Expecting a high of 47 today. The 7-10 5-day forecast coming up. Our top story.
President Zelensky supposedly made a statement today in AP. I'm not a big fan of AP, so maybe it was an incorrect statement, but he said he thinks the war's going to go on for a long time, and he better not be right about that. That's all I'm saying.
Joint address to Congress tonight at 7 o'clock Mountain. Jeff will have all the coverage 30 minutes prior and post-speech coverage for an hour right here on 710 KNUS. DJT has hit pause on all military aid to Ukraine. The White House says 47 has been clear that he is focused on peace and that our partners need to be as well.
I want one thing to happen. I want all of those young people to stop being killed. They're being killed by the thousands every single week. Last week, 2,700 were killed. 2,700 young, in this case, just about all young boys from Ukraine and from Russia. And that's not young people from the United States, but it's on a human basis. I want to see it stop.
And then there's bozos like Whoopi. I have no idea what she was talking about here. I don't know if she was drunk, high, bombed on something. Who knows on Monday?
And it's raising Congress. It's raising concerns. Damn, man. And I'm sorry, I do stand with you, Zelensky, because you've been fighting. Who are we? I don't think anybody wanted you to be the hard guy. You didn't ask them how they feel about what you're doing. And here we are. I thought for the past at least 100 years, we don't like that. Yeah. I don't think you asked anybody how they felt, how people who voted for you. Right. We don't want to do that. We don't want to be that. You know, that has to be one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen.
You mean your performance? All right, this is Athena Ray on X.
Do you guys realize that Ukraine does not stand with your ideologies? Number one, you know it's illegal to go into a gay marriage in Ukraine. Gay marriage is not legal. Ukraine solely believes that marriage is only between a man and a woman. Now, as we speak, there are men getting kidnapped off of their streets, like literally just walking their dogs or walking home from work, and they are being snatched up and thrown into a van as they are screaming for their lives because they don't want to go fight in war, that they'll lose. You wanna know what else? Is that their soldiers in interviews are saying they don't want to fight anymore. They're tired, they're exhausted, and they want peace. They want the war to end, whether they win or lose.
She brings up great points. DJT's 25% tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada went into effect. 47 has now also imposed another 10% tariff on Chinese imports, in addition to 10% tariffs enacted last month. Coloradans are protesting job cuts at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Nearly 1,000 people turned out for a protest near the David Skaggs Research Center in Boulder on Monday. Some employees from the NOAA office joined the protest. About 50 people were fired last week. The head of the Colorado Bureau of Investigation will retire later this year. CBI Director Chris Schaefer says he will step down on May 2nd. Schaefer said he didn't want to announce his decision while an investigation into his conduct as director was underway. The outside investigation found Schaefer did not involve himself in a probe of an agent who recorded himself making a racial slur. AG Pam Bondi on Fox last night. They're working on going through all the evidence they found at FBI New York.
Yeah, the FBI obviously, they haven't looked at the thousands of pages of documents that they've just received Friday. Yeah. But Cash has a team going through them, and it's always about protecting the victim. But you know what? We believe in transparency, and America has the right to know. The Biden administration sat on these documents. No one did anything with them. And why were they sitting in the Southern District of New York? I want a full report on that. You know, sadly, these people don't believe in transparency. But I think more, unfortunately, I think a lot of them don't believe in honesty.
We want cuffs. But will that ever happen? We shall see. News brought to you by Lair Fireplace and Patio, Denver's premier source for everything fireplace, patio, and grills. Locally owned and operated since 1954. Online at lairfireplacepatio.com. UNC Bears now 23-8. They beat Weber State last night, 68-63 in men's college basketball action. It is March, and you know what that means. Tournament time just around the corner. 32 in Englewood, 33 in Broomfield, 36 in Denver. Jeff and Billy continue on this Tuesday.
European leaders are rallying around Ukraine President Zelensky after that ridiculous meeting at the White House on Friday.
Okay.
Blake, she was at the Oscars, so that's a hungover whoopee, I think.
Oh, my God. That thing was a train wreck. I saw highlights of that last night. God, what a freak show. All these people, man. It's just totally satanic. Yeah, that looked interesting. All right, Blake Olson, News Talk 710 KNUS.